Alright, hello everyone. This is Lance Ash talking to you. And as promised, I do have some topics, but I don't have them written down, so it may take me a while to come up with everything. Sitting here waiting for the Subaru to tell me it's ready to go. 3-day weekend, unexpectedly. Thursday night, right after midnight, here we go, got a call saying that my wife wanted me to call her because, oh, that's right, I need to explain that for all of you who are confused by that concept. I have a phone, what we used to call a cell phone, now it's just a phone, but I don't keep it turned on. It's just for emergencies. And I don't keep it turned on because I'm not using it constantly to receive entertainment. Anyway, but my wife has other people's phone numbers up there, so she can call them to turn around and have them tell me to call her. So that's what she did. She started cutting grass on the lawnmower after I left last night, and stumbled into a nest of yellow jackets. Got stung a couple of times, and tried to put up with it. Tried to put up with the pain as long as possible. Finally, after midnight, she couldn't take it anymore, and she decided she wanted to go to the... My sister is a nurse, and she called her and asked her what she should do. My sister advised her to go to the emergency room. So she called me to tell me what was going on. So I left work a little after midnight, met her at the emergency room. I got to the emergency room a little after 1, and we didn't get home until almost 4. And the medical community has gotten so afraid of dishing out pain medication because people might just want pain medication just because they're addicted to it or just for fun, that they want to test you, make sure that you really need this pain medication. So I got there, and my wife is just crying and shaking and booing, and it's just fucking... Anyway, she got stung on her finger, on her forearm, and on her ankle. Just 3 stings as far as I know. Anyway, so finally, it took forever for them to take us back into just one of the little rooms, and then finally, a guy comes in and said, "You've been authorized to have these 2 pain pills." So they give her some pain pills, and then a little later give her a shot of morphine. I think this was even before she was seen by a doctor. The doctor comes in and it says, "Yeah, I understand. If I'd been stung by, yellow jackets, I'd be just like you. I can't abide it, So anyway, he gives her a prescription for some anti-inflammatory stuff and a couple more pain pills. So that was that night. And then she wanted me to call in the next night to look out for her, which was fine with me. 3-day weekend is always wonderful for me. So I guess the next topic is what a good weekend I had. I didn't get a lot of painting done, but I did get some things straight in my head. Just, I've been struggling and fumbling for the right formula, routine to approach the making of my online magazine and the contents therein. And, you know, the problem really is that my life is so consumed with the daily rituals of work and sleep and all the other shit that I don't have time for long-term planning. And my thing has always been just set up a routine, a formula, and then you don't really have to think long-term. You just think in discrete units. You know, this little section here, okay, do it. Then the next one, it's all pre-programmed. All you have to do is, anyway, it's hard to explain, but I think I got it. I think I got something that's going to work because I started doing it and it's working. Doesn't make a lot of sense when you string it all together, all the different drawings together, but it's fine. I think over time it'll be all right. You don't know what I'm talking about. If you go to my blog and check out the magazine, you'd probably be even more confused. Next topic. Just before I left the house, came across an article on the Guardian's website. This guy who is a real meteorologist, not just a weatherman, you know, somebody who just reads what he's told to read. This guy's a real weather scientist, okay? And he's been a meteorologist at several TV stations around the country. Finally wound up in Iowa at a TV station. And he really liked the area, and he and his family were like, oh, this will be great. We can live here forever. And he started slipping into his weather forecasts and weather announcements, started slipping in references to climate change, specifically man-made climate change. Climate change as a result of man's wasteful and foolish activities. And that was too much for the audience. He started getting death threats and told to keep his politics out of his weather reports. And we'll teach you a lesson, by God. And, you know, that story pretty much just put the last little curlicue of icing on the cupcake of contempt for humanity for me. Because I'm sick of it. I know that this is the way that at least 40 to 45% of the American population is, but to see it in such stark relief, I don't know. I think this is it. I don't think we're going to go extinct completely, but I do think that within 20 years we're going to have mass die-offs of people. Of course, that will coincide with the digital takeover of humanity, you know, and everybody will have nanobots in their brains, and we'll all become one digital entity. So I guess it won't really matter. But yeah, this is it. Because the thing is, they don't want to hear it. The Guardian's article put it succinctly. They said a lot of these people see it as part of a larger culture war, meaning they have a culture, meaning they have a culture that has been passed down to them for generations. This is the way things are. We believe in the Bible, and we believe the races were made separately, and we believe that the Lord Jesus Christ created the entirety of the universe in 6 literal 24-hour days, and we believe that boys are supposed to carry a gun and women are supposed to sit with their knitting and wait for the babies to arrive. And, you know, and it's just on and on. It's a whole basket of crap. And they believe that anything that upsets that basket must be stamped out. It's part of the evil. It's part of Satan's work. Socialism. My tax dollars going to pay for your kids to get health care? You should have planned ahead. And anyway, it's disgusting. And they don't even realize that they're being manipulated. Their very beliefs are being used against them by the billionaires to get them to support political platforms that benefit the ultra rich. And anyway, little old-fashioned consciousness raising, I think, is in order, but I don't know how you'd go about it. Next topic. I'm trying to think. Stumbled across a channel or two that is a YouTube channel that is providing episodes of Dr. Katz, if you remember that show. I looked it up. I started watching a couple of the episodes, and I'd forgotten just how gentle and quiet and just pleasant that show was. But looked it up, and the first season came out in '95. My God, it's an entirely different world. It's pre 9/11. It's pre-internet dominance of our lives. It's just an entirely different situation. No laugh track. Oh God. Wonderful. No fucking laugh track. No blaring music. No tear-jerking sentiment. Just... it is a little bit simplistic. I don't mean the animation. I don't give a shit. Fancy animation, who cares? But there's no... the one reservation I have about the show is that there's a lack of depth. Maybe if it was done today, have a story arc, but don't have it be... they couldn't do it today. They couldn't. Be a bunch of bullshit and bringing in unnecessary characters. Anyway, just a reminder of how things could be. Like I said, our lawn needs cutting. All this rain, grass grows so fast, and the heat makes it so difficult to get out there and cut the grass. Can't even cut it properly. There's only so much you can do with a riding lawnmower. You have to have a push mower or a weed eater to get the trim work done, the details. I've tried using a weed eater in the past, and I never could get the damn thing to work properly. Needs to be done. I don't want to pay somebody to come over and do it, though. It's just too expensive. Oh. It's disheartening, the limitations of the internet, because there's a lot of let's just say European comics that I'd like to get into. So you look up European comics on Google Images, and they give you cover art for certain magazines, but where's the pages inside? Where's examples of the work? And then when you do find examples of the work, well, how do I make the the picture big enough to really see the details, the work. Oh, and that's going to be a little problem there. I don't know. It really shows you what's the beeping for over here. It really shows you the limitations that screen-based presentations or entertainment have. You know, people have predicted the death of print for years. Remember the original Ghostbusters? What was that, 86? And what's his name? I can't remember the actor's name. Harold Ramis. His character says print is dead. But it's not. There's something about seeing or having the actual piece of paper in your hand. There's something about, I don't know. Every night I try to get, or I do get goosed up on art in one way or another before I leave, and then I want to somehow bring reminders of the art with me, so that I'll have some token, something I can look at to remind myself that there are beautiful things in the world. Think about putting my earrings in. Think about drawing pictures on the back of my hand. Oh, because the workplace is so drab, dreary, ugly. And so rife with stupidity. We got this new supervisor who's cracking down on break times. You're strictly limited by the rules of the building to this many minutes, and by God, we will stick to that. So, I want to maximize the minutes on my break for drawing. So I started bringing my bag of lunch onto the floor, and a couple minutes before I go to break, wolf down part of the lunch and then go to break instead of. Anyway, so last week I'm eating something before I go to break, and this guy from India, I guess he's from India. I don't think he's from Pakistan. Anyway, he's like, "What are you doing? Go over there and eat sitting down." Like, no, so and so was cracking down on break times, and she doesn't want me to go over, so I need to eat now. He goes, "What? She's cracking down on you?" I said, "Yeah." She goes, "But this is what he said. But you're the only one who stays working the entire time he's on the work floor." "Yeah, I know, but it's the letter of the law, people, not the spirit of the law. The letter of the law." And yet, I don't know, whatever. It's too depressing. And I'm a firm believer in unions, right? I'm a pro-union person. But our union, our local union people, are not doing shit about advancing the notion that my job should go back to Athens. And even if they are doing something, which I've been assured by the union president, they are, we're not just sitting with our thumbs up our butts, that's the quote. I'm not getting any updates. I'm not getting any feedback. I've tried contacting the union several times. No response. None. A friend of mine at work left me a copy of the latest offering by the band Ghost, the EP Phantomime. It's 5 cover. See, the band has just turned into a cover band now. They've established this sound, this image, and now just turn out ironic covers. You know, and just make your money off touring and t-shirts. Just sort of like slide into retirement, slide into obsolescence. And I'm listening to this thing, and I'm like, I really don't care. I really don't see the point. I don't, you know. They do a cover of Tina Turner's song, We Don't Need Another Hero. And I just thought, what is this? What is the point of this? There was a band, like a post-punk band called Television back in the late 70s, early 80s. And they do a song by them, I See No Evil. Anyway, it's obscure enough that, you know, real music heads will be like, oh wow, they covered Television, wow. Just, I don't know what in the hell he's thinking. I guess it's just a business. I guess he just wants to make money. I guess there's the art, that's just, you know, out the window. All right, I guess we are about done here. See you later. Bye-bye.